Tesla is not doomed. This quarterly report once again is a nada burger, and I'll tell you why. Because you guys, you gotta calm down. You gotta breathe just a little. I'm Brian. Welcome to my Tesla weekend. So the earnings report came out, and oh my gosh, you guys, doom and gloom. I saw it when it came out. I went through it. Watched a channel or two, saw some pretty great infomercials in the mix. That was weird. So let's start with some big numbers here. 15 billion of GAAP net income. 15 billion is a whole lot of money. Don't know if you know. Let me break it down for you. That is the net income, according to generally accepted accounting practices. That's not the revenue. That's not how much they sold. That's how much they made, according to the bean counters. That's $1.7 million per hour. That's $28,539 a minute in net income. That's kind of a big deal. Operating cash flow, $4.4 billion. The sky is falling, my friends. Or wait, no it isn't, because you can build an entire factory for $4.5 billion. Giga Nueva Leon should only cost about $4.5 billion, depending how large they decide to make it. That's a lot of money. Phase 1 of Giga Shanghai was only $1 to $2 billion. We never did get a good number on that. The whole factory was only $4 billion, including the Model Y line. That's a big, big place for less money than Tesla generated in free cash flow this quarter alone. Why are we freaking out? Cash on hand is now $29 billion. That's a little bit of money, you guys. They've got $29 billion. They could build 10 $3 billion projects. That's a good position in which to be. And of course, the Model Y became the best-selling vehicle in the world. Now, it was already there by dollars. It was already there by profit. Now it's also there by unit count. And this is estimated, but it is believed to be the correct number. So why don't we get into some of the actual numbers? There we go. Differently ugly. How about that? So let's do it. Automotive revenues up slightly year over year, up quite a bit from Q3. We were excited about that. Total energy generation and storage up, down from last quarter. Now let's address this real quick because there's been some concerns. Why is it down? I thought they were growing. These are big ticket items, and you don't generally get to issue your final bill and collect your final payment until they're switched on. Takes a week or two to build your project, takes 2 to 6 weeks to ship your project, takes however long the general contractor requires to install the project, and then you wait for permits. Can't switch it on until the permits are done. Can't get your final payment until that happens. So they could have a lot of money outstanding on the storage side, on the stationary stuff for the megapacks. It's a lot of money. Services and other revenue, flat, fine. Up from last year, fine. Total revenue, up a little. Gross profit, down a little. Now, should this concern us? If you look, 4.4 billion, 4.1, 4.5, 5.77, what was going on in 2022? 2022 was when all those leased Model 3s came back. They had a whole bunch of cars that people had already paid for that Tesla took back on lease. Those were going to be the robotaxi fleet. Don't know if you know, but it didn't materialize. But this was still during the pandemic crunch time, and they were able to sell these old Model 3s for basically what they cost new. That leads to some big numbers a year ago, which of course immediately fell off as prices and the supply chain returned to normal. So let's look at the automotive revenue. 20 billion, 27, 47, 71, 82. That's year over year. But the percentages have gone down. Is this a concern? No, because the vehicles are getting more valuable in terms of what they're worth in the future. As FSD nears, the take rate may increase. The cost of it may once again increase, unknown, but the take rate is the big one. If you've got millions of vehicles that are likely to have things going on them, that cost money in the future, that's a big wave of potential cash. And you can't have that without all the cars out there. Are these low numbers bad? No, not at all. These low numbers they keep the units moving. Why Tesla was able to decrease their cost of goods sold at a time when others are struggling to get any profit at all. Tesla did deep price cuts this year and still made a mountain of cash, while others are saying, we got to scale back. Well, maybe we should do fewer factories. Maybe we shouldn't build a factory at all. There's no money in this. Tesla is proving, once again, that there is money in it. So I don't know what to tell these other guys except follow the leader. So let's look at some highlights here. Revenue grew based on growth in vehicle deliveries, growth in other parts of the business, financial foreign exchange rate benefit of $100 million. Don't count that. Some quarters it's good, some quarters it's bad. Reduced, and then it was negatively impacted by the fact that the average selling price came down, including an unfavorable impact of product mix. Yeah, this means that a lot of people were buying base models instead of the premium models. That's, I think, a good thing, but it is unfavorable for the bottom line. And lower FSD recognition because it's not done yet. I mean, come on. Profitability, there was the reduced selling price, increase in operating expenses, lower FSD revenue, but on the plus side, lower cost per vehicle, including lower raw material, logistics costs, and the IRA credit benefit. Every battery Tesla makes themselves, they get a credit for. It is $35 per kilowatt hour at the cell level, $45 per kilowatt hour at the pack level. That adds up pretty quick. That's thousands of dollars per car for batteries made at Cato Road and Texas. Growth in vehicle deliveries and gross profit growth in energy generation and storage. Now, here's some exciting numbers to look at. This is revenue. If you look at the other models production, this is S, X, Cybertruck, and I assume Semi, you'll see that 2022, good numbers, down, way down, and back up again. $18 billion in other production, other models. This number is going to continue growing until it's so large that they have to break Cybertruck out onto its own line item. Model 3 and Y deliveries, very strong, all good stuff. So when I tell you the sky is not falling, I mean it, you guys. I mean it. I'm telling you the truth. Model 3 and Y production, look at these numbers year over year. In 2019, 300,000. We were excited. Almost 500,000. We were excited. Almost 1 million. And look at us go. This year will be lower growth. Elon has said, I'm not ready to provide 2024 production guidance. Some people on X and elsewhere are apoplectic. How can he not tell us? We need to know. Any one of us who's following the factories already knows the number. It's 2.1, 2.2-ish. If it's more than 100,000 in either direction, that would be a headline, but it seems unlikely. No, that's going to be the number. And we know because some factories are maxed out or close to it. Other factories are still under construction or haven't been even close to built. Those will produce no vehicles. Giga Nuevo Leon is likely to produce a grand total of 0 vehicles in 2024. Same with the Semi expansion and other such things. We did hear that there may be some compact production at the very end of the year out of Austin, which is what I've been saying for a while. Somebody jumped in the comments and said, "Ha, you were wrong." And I said, was I? Because I've been saying this for about a month, but if I was wrong, I apologize. Pretty sure that was my expectation based on the fact that the paint shop is going in. It's getting parts for the paint shop, and the pace of construction is rampant. So all of this looks good to me. Solar deployed, storage deployed, big number. And again, where's the revenue? Where is it? It's coming. It's coming. You just got to wait. And that's a beauty of having a company like Tesla, where they have the cash to do this. $29 billion cash on hand. Guys, we can fund construction. Once we get Model 2 pilot production dialed in, there's no reason they can't expand it to Shanghai, to Berlin, to Nuevo Leon, and possibly one or two additional locations. I'm still thinking India is a very strong guess. My question to you is, what did I miss? What did I misunderstand? Leave it into the comments below. I appreciate your guys' support so much. It turns out I will be going to the X Takeover in Austria in May. Come see me the 25th and 26th in Flachau, which is a city in Austria. It is the hills where The Sound of Music was filmed. It is the place from the box, the front box of your jigsaw puzzle, the one that you opened up and made and found was missing 6 pieces because your grandparents were not super good about making sure all the pieces got back in the box, and they had a dog that loved to eat the pieces, and I cannot wait to hear from you clever robots on the flippity flop.